Hey there guys, this is Minoxen, and I wanted to give this little bit of a preface here to this video to let you all know that there is not Game 1 or Game, I believe even 3 if there is one, to this series recorded. This was back whenever I was still trying to do some communications with S2 Games. Didn't work out, haven't really been able to get myself back into casting, but was clearing out some files, found out I had not actually posted this video yet. So if you guys are interested, you're more than welcome to watch it. I enjoyed doing this cast with On a Prayer there. I've hopefully going to be getting back into casting here. I've taken a break and been playing some Skyrim and other things. But otherwise, real life has been going well. Hope you guys haven't missed me too terribly bad. I have been getting a lot of requests for new casts. Really do appreciate those who are continuing to subscribe. Almost to 1,800 now. And yeah, so hopefully you guys will be seeing some new casts from me. On a Prayer if I can get him around here. He hasn't been playing too much Han lately. Cannot seem to find Smock, even though I know she's around somewhere. Maybe listening to this video now. But yeah, enjoy the cast, and hopefully more to come soon. But just wanted to give you guys something here. Instead of just going ahead and getting rid of it, might as well throw it out there, even though there is no Game 1 or following game here for that. But something for you to see and watch and enjoy. And take care, guys, and I hope to be seeing you all soon. And I'll catch you next time. Hello everyone, this is Minoxen bringing you Game 2 of the Lions Quality Cup Finals of Team Easy versus Complexity. I guess if you're here, you have watched Game 1, which I will have recast by now most likely, because I'm an idiot and didn't record it. But I am joined with On a Prayer, and how you doing, man?
Doing good. Looking forward to this game number 2. First one, well, I guess hopefully Minoxen and possibly I will take care of it again and redo it for the second time. But
oh, it was such a good cast too. I was so proud, and then I was like, okay, let's just go ahead and double check, make sure. All right, well.
Yeah, but moving along because we only look forward, not back.
Yeah, let's do that.
Hope you guys are gonna enjoy this game.
Indeed, and if you are not wanting any spoilers and you have not watched that game, which will be up at the time that I put this game up, so you don't have to worry about missing it. If you're not wanting spoilers, click away now. Otherwise, we did see Team Easy take Game 1 with a nice mixture of push and, you know, it was push, but it wasn't all push. They had Parasite in there. They had a little bit more versatility than, you know, what I've seen in some of these other ones. And, you know, a new face to the crowd right now for me is Rhapsody. I'm glad to see that in here, but we'll talk about that in just a second. As the bans are out, we are going to see a few bans that are specific to Game 1. Do you want to touch on those?
Yes, sure. The Tundra's actually banned once again. Do you happen to see who had banned her? 'Cause I don't see
sure,
that.
yeah. Tundra was banned by Toronto.
Really? I'm actually really interested now
As to who it is that plays Tundra so well? I don't know.
Maybe it's Semiju. I remember him playing him. I remember there was no one in Europe who played him at one point, and it was only US players who were playing him way back when. And then I remember Semiju was playing for a European team at the time, and he was actually playing him. So I'm not sure if that's the case. I really have no idea. Maybe someone who's watching this can...
Yeah, someone enlighten us in the comments below and let us know who that is, because that's one of those annoying little things that scratches the back of your head. But anyways, besides that...
Again, and Zephyr banned once again. That was both banned in last game. Silhouette was banned last game as well, as was Plague Rider. Hellbringer was not banned last game, banned this game. Definitely good going there. Thumbs up to whomever did that. Torture was banned this time around. I don't know. Maybe it was banned by Team Easy, I'm going to say.
No, Toronto actually banned Torture as his last ban.
Because, I guess they don't want to go with Torture anymore, and they don't want Easy to pick him up. I guess they didn't really realize that they were going to do it last time around, and this time they're going to ban it out. Okay. I'm just surprised, because he's a notorious Torture player. But in any event, Kraken is indeed banned this time around, and I always wonder. It's like,
he didn't really seem to have that great of a, performance.
I say every single time I see him played in a competitive game, I say the same exact thing. All right, I see him banned. I'm like, I'd rather than ban Plague Rider or something, or ban something else that has a much larger impact in the game. And then I see him in game, and I'm like, maybe I'll see why they're banning him. It's like back when Repulsor was perma-banned, and then it's just And then I see him in game, and it's just, oh, there we go. That's why he's banned. Well, I'm just gonna throw it out. The reason why he's not banned anymore is because there's way too many heroes with disables and silences, and
Yeah.
with the push strategy, he's not really that good without farm, so he will get steamrolled. Anyway, moving right along. Go
Well,
ahead.
Chu is banning, so maybe he just got tired of getting killed by Kraken, as he did have a few unfortunate deaths there to Kraken, but in that last game. But besides the bans, we do almost have a fully picked out Hellborn, but we do have the Legion picked out. We're going to see, so far, I don't know if they're going to swap it around or not, but we've got Toronto on Magnus, Jaw on Rhapsody, Painted Gold on Chipper, Amix Zaku on Valkyrie, and Sebuska on Legionnaire. That, I think, is something I'm not used to seeing, is Legionnaire in a competitive game.
Yeah, there was a time or two when I remember him being played, and it was just, who was it? Who was it? It was a European team. It was
I mean, I like Legionnaire, don't
it
get
was
me wrong.
UNZ,
It's just,
right.
I haven't seen
It
it.
was UNZ. It was Louis, I think, from UNZ. They were trying him out. I think in a tri-lane actually, a couple of times. I don't
Interesting.
remember it ever working out in particular.
Well, it didn't get crazy fashionable or anything, as far
Yeah.
as I know, so I'm guessing it didn't end perfectly, as some other things, you know, like the Fuji Apples, Balfagor, that was
Yeah.
pretty infamous, and a few other things.
That
where
got
it
nerfed
became-
now, right?
Yeah, that really did, as that was just ridiculous. Super fun game to watch, though. It's somewhere on the channel, youtube.com/minoxen. I'm sure you guys can find it if you're industrious, so
Yeah, I
be
still
sure to
remember
check
that
that
game
out.
when he stomped all over Trixie and Bubble.
Oh, that was just
Still
so funny.
That was
Crazy,
yeah.
crazy push. You're talking about push. That's some push there with that
Yeah,
that
and
Balfagor.
the ultimate back then was huge.
Yeah, for sure.
Looking at the lineups there, we have Magnus, Rhapsody, Chipper, Valkyrie, and Legionnaire. So definitely not your traditional lineup. I like what they're going for, and by that I mean they're going for a mix of what's currently good. They have the push from Rhapsody. They have stuns now, and they have a lot of damage. Last game they're lacking in actual nuke damage. Like if you think about who they had the Demented Shaman, they had the Kraken.
They had a lot of
Had
good
the
mid-game
top speed.
potential, but they didn't really have anywhere to get them from the early game to
Really,
there.
really
So
weak nuke. They had no nuke damage though.
Yeah.
It's like if Magnus gets a good ultimate off, that's their biggest nuking potential in a team fight.
you
This
auto skip
game-
pause still, right? I'm just
Yep.
checking. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Mine just did that. All right.
Yeah, because this game they actually have the Chipper, who's huge nuking power, a lot of potential damage from Legionnaire, but they have reliable damage from Rhapsody and Chipper, and then they have that going for them. Last game they literally had none. Like Electric Tide from Corrupted Disciple is not going to cut it in a team fight. But in any event, their lineup's definitely looking pretty good. They're going to have a jungling Legionnaire, I presume. I wonder what he's going to go for. He's probably going
Yeah,
to...
and actually going with the double buckler. I myself, whenever I do that, I don't go with the double buckler on him. I go with the single buckler, some extra regen and things, and that allows me to get to lane and gank at like a level 3 or 4. And if you're really good at your jungling, you can get Legionnaire to level 6 by like 4.5 minutes in. So he can be at a lane experience advantage versus what the people in lanes would. So he's really nice to have there. Lack of lumberjack. Yeah, I guess this in time for the lumberjack.
apparently it is. 'Cause
I
he's
guess
being
it
called
was.
out for
I'll
it,
be
yeah.
dang.
Yeah, I'm actually jealous. I think Sabuska's the one who has the little Irish leprechaun.
Oh,
black
I have it too. So you can be jealous of me now.
Doubly jealous. All right, I will do that then.
I'll
It
have
looks
to
like
let you play
it's-
sometime.
It looks like both these birds are heading south. But wait, one of them is actually.
One's holed up there. I
Salt
think
Lake.
he's gonna
Yeah.
try and stay through the winter there. See if he can to make it. You know.
Yeah, I think he got separated from the flock or something. He's trying to find his way. He's confused. All right.
Oh
but-
wow! Early counter warding going out, very impressive. As they knew that they were going to be trying to stop this Legionnaire from getting farm, they threw the early counter pull. Which this medium camp, if they do have Legionnaire on the Legion side, which they do, this is a really important triangle for jungling here. You can manage to get a double pull, as Flint going to be taking some Rhapsody harass, but
They are so mean.
yeah. What I was going to
They're
say there
using
is
the
that's just.
courier to stop the spot.
Oh, sneaky buggers. Sneaky buggers. Fine, you can get rid of our ward. That's fine. We'll do that.
Yeah.
Legionnaire's not going to be there anytime soon. Speaking of Legionnaire, he did go ahead and take care of business up on that easy camp and medium camp top there to go ahead and get his experience since he was counting on them being countered or something on his side. So that was nice to see, that little bit of forethought, and also making sure that they got that taken care of on their side. As top, I'm going to miss the Bloodlust. I am so sorry. Bubble's going to be going down to Valkyrie there.
It was a straight-up 1v1.
Yeah, I
actually remember this matchup really often. Korok's a pretty good Bubbles player, and by pretty good I mean he's a very good Bubbles player, but I remember this matchup really well because it used to happen very often. Valkyrie versus Bubbles, they were the most popular solo laners way back. And Valkyrie always wins because she has better damage and she has better attack speed, so in a straight up 1v1. And then of course Bubbles' early nuke damage is
was even when he had his good take cover, and take cover's seen quite a bit of nerfing, and it's gotten a little bit, I don't know if this particular version has his quarter second back to a half second, but you know, his take cover's not what it used to be either.
Well, he wouldn't have picked it up anyway before. Well, actually, if I'm solo, I usually like to pick it up at level 2 because your silence not really that necessary. But regardless, he
save you from a little harass, anyways.
Yeah. Well, there he goes. He's gonna go right in there. Actually, really nice job. He went in there when Valkyrie had no wave, so he couldn't turn around and attack him. So really nice over there.
Trying to get a little back and forth.
His health potion. At the bottom, we're gonna have 2v2. We're gonna have the wow, that's pretty annoying. Rhapsody's auto attack.
Oh yes, it is, absolutely. And I'm kind of curious at this bottom lane that they have set up here. You know, it lanes itself to be, you know, to where this Legionnaire could come out and be really effective since they do have 2 people down here. They didn't go for the more classic, you know, if you got a jungler, then have a solo lane bottom, and then have the jungler come out and help them if they need to. But instead, they do go ahead and send 2 people bottom there, and they're going to send Valkyrie to face off against Bubbles top, which, you know, she should be able to win that, you know, given on past knowledge.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the plan was to have
Polly.
Flint Beastwood and Behemoth lane, because Behemoth can't harass them. They basically have free harass on him, and his auto attacks are so weak that he can't trade, really, because they'll just stun him and do a lot of damage. I'm not sure. It's pretty passive though, because if they stun in, their damage isn't all that impressive either, so it is a little passive. But Behemoth and Flint Beast would definitely not the best. What he does do is kind of like when Behemoth is in a lane with the Puppet Master. If ever he gets initiated on, he can kind of prevent them from further damaging him because he just blocks them all off. So it is a really defensive lane. So that's probably why they decided to pick him and put him there. Not really for any offensive ability or anything. Middle lane, Chipper should have the advantage because his auto attacks are a little better than Pollywog's, and little oil spill.
Little oil spill to slow the party there, and unfortunately no rune to be found.
And Legionnaire actually snapped that up. So they're really good on that one. They both covered it. So Behemoth's gonna know that he's got that one.
Oh, especially when he gets held up just a little bit there, getting blocked. But also, I wanted to note there, I didn't know if you caught it, but nice attempts from this Hellborn team to try and stop the jungle on the Legion side from getting fully built up and getting fully adapted there. You know, they threw up a ward, Legionnaire managed to counter it and got it taken back down there to stop them from blocking that medium camp that's closest to the rune position. So, yeah, a nice little bit back and forth there. Good positioning here from Legionnaire as he gets the call off onto Pollywog Priest. Not expecting it. He was invis. Getting some nice blocks out there. Will the Behemoth Stun come out to save him? No! Not going to be able to block them off from the chase, but Pollywog going to escape anyways. So, nicely done there on the slow waddle from Chu getting out of that. But, wow. A little surprised that Behemoth stun didn't try and just go ahead and block him off completely.
Yeah.
As top, we're going to see Bubbles. Wow, dangerously low now. Did not see the reasoning, but
probably wants to stay in. He's probably really close to his bottle or something. What is he at? Don't really know. No, it doesn't. He went for boots instead of a bottle. He just wanted to get those last little creeps in. And Tempest's going to go get some experience in lane. He's actually doing a really nice job keeping up with the levels. He's level 5 right now. And he's gone for a bottle first instead of Chalice or something. I don't know if that's... I guess kind of like last game. He wants to roam to the rune and see if he can pick it up for his team, but I didn't see him head over to it at the 2 and 4 minute spawn, so I don't know. Regardless, the bottles is always nice. It comes in handy.
Yeah, definitely. Legionnaire, another block on this hard creep camp on the Legion side from Simiju there as well, blocking that out to keep them from being able to utilize that. But, you know, as Legionnaire, you're probably not going to be going for that one if you have this triangle set up. That is the ideal set to go with there. As a little bit of a rune contesting going on as a 5-second stun comes out on Tempest. There's the follow-up and the death going out. What on earth is that? The, is that a taunt or something? The little rocking
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah, there's a new one. I'm not sure exactly.
That's new to me, as Valkyrie has the invis, but not gonna be able to get out, and Chipper standing hopelessly outside of the cage, wanting to be able to get those wards off, but unfortunately should have just walked away. And yeah, unfortunately they both go down.
Yep, definitely interesting. Actually, just to mention, Painted Gold and Korok used to play together a lot, so they're on opposing teams.
Oh, true. Yeah, I hadn't even thought of that.
And both are really good chipper players, so interesting. Alright, let's see. Flint Beastwood is going to head to the top lane because apparently bot lane was not to his liking. So he's going to try to go against... Well, it wasn't so much him as I think the Bubbles is kind of like guys that require some assistance. So
Yeah,
he's going
but
to try to set something.
yeah, Valkyrie Leap is good for that, and that's why you put him in the long lane. As yeah, that yeah, you got a level 4 Flint Beastwood facing off against this Valkyrie up here now. You know, you got Behemoth going to be trying to do a pull here. It's not going to work out. It's going to end up running out past him there. You need to try and pull that. If you are going to pull that, pull it by the 16 or 17 second mark.
Oh dear, middle lane.
As middle lane, we're going to see Bubbles go down to the combination of Chipper Ultimate, Rockets, and Magmus. That will do it almost any time.
Yeah, Bubbles against Chipper, you think it's pretty good because take cover could avoid something, but it's surprisingly bad because the Chipper Rockets, the mini suns will prevent you from doing anything, literally. So if you get bursted down and you're super squishy, you'll die pretty much all the time. I've done that quite a few times and I expected to do a lot better, and that's pretty much how the matchup works out. So if you're good enough with Chipper, you'll typically win that lane, but I think he just went mid to hold it until Chu came back. He was going to go to bottom lane because Bubbles can farm from a distance. So
yeah, I'm kind of curious on that as to, you know, why do you think that they did go the orientation that they did instead of sending Flint to the top lane, because that is classically the safe lane, you know, quote-unquote safe lane that you would send someone like a Flint to. You know, someone without escape mechanism to where they're going to be most likely able to have the advantage since it's on their home turf. You know, a Flint and Behemoth there, I think, would make a lot more sense than a Flint and Behemoth at bottom, where Behemoth is not going to be able to sit off to the side and try and get a block off, you know, to go along with the flare, or those kind of things. As middle lane, we're going to see the ultimate from Valkyrie go out. Rhapsody trying to get some damage done to Bubbles, but not really going to be able to do much with it. As Chu and Tempest waving back and forth there, hoping to be able to catch someone, but no, they are not. As Jaw having a nice ward of sight, and we've got the Berlin Wall here of this river dividing these two wards from reuniting. We've got Jaw on one side and Yoda on the other. They're just longing to be together once again, and they can reunite their ward family. As speaking of wards, the Voodoo ward's doing a lot of damage on this defense tower middle. They're going to try and do something here to try and stop this, as the TP's going to come in now. Who's coming in? We got Magmus showing up. The Rhapsody dance floor going out, trying to heal up, or do some damage to these creeps, I guess. Not really going to be too super effective. Are they going to be able to get the wards down in time is the question. Bubbles jets in. He doesn't get the last hit off and forces... Oh, sacrifices himself. That was
evaporated,
a bad decision. As, yeah, he was trying to get that last hit, you know? Hey, yeah, it was like, I can't let them. They're going to get the deny. If I don't do something, they're going to get it. And I don't know that this Legionnaire pull is going to work. No, it's not, because he pulled it just a little bit too early. If you guys have not happened to watch the Jungle Guide, be sure to go do that.
Trying.
Oh, does manage to get out.
No,
yeah.
No good.
I'm so surprised sometimes at these guys. They don't seem to know the timings on a lot of these camps. So, I don't know. It's probably not the top of their priority. They've got tournaments to win and things, so.
Yeah. Something.
But, no, I don't know. It definitely, whenever I actually sat down and took the time to learn the jungle timings on, you know, the recent ones, you know, it used to be 50, 51, but it's all changed, so. But when you take the time to learn what time you can kill a creep and it'll be able to respawn and things, I really think it helps out. Especially if you've got someone who's going to be going into the jungle and try and get some, you know, farm while the lanes are pushed out or something like that.
Yep.
Just a good sense of mind.
Helm of the Black Legion, Marchers. So he's doing alright.
He's a little bit behind as far as his farm timings on that.
Overall,
I'm sure
GPM,
someone else, probably, if... I didn't get to see if he was spectating this one, but if Phil the Thrill was in this game, then if you guys are not aware, Phil is a huge Legionnaire fan, and I'm sure he was probably given some good tips on how to improve his Legionnaire play. But definitely gotta love Legionnaire there. As we're gonna see a little bit of a jungle action going on here. Polywog Priest and the creeps are sniped away there at the last second. As the ultimate, that'll ruin your
dance
day.
Floor. Dance till you drop. Dance till you drop.
Unfortunately, he dropped. And we are gonna see Behemoth go down as well. And Bubbles valiantly running for his life towards the middle to where he can continue a little bit of farm. But wow, yeah, that did not go the way they were planning, I don't think.
Definitely turned around in a hurry. And Legionnaire, he kind of went down, but he smacked.
He whacked them. And really nice play here from, you know, it's one thing to have a Legionnaire on your team, but it's another thing to actually have people on your team who are trying to help you. And if you just saw that, they did manage to try and get the double stack off on this camp. And you can do that if you are by yourself. You just have to have a hatchet and a way to walk past there. It's really tricky to do, but luckily since they had those two that were willing to snag those and stack them, that'll make Legionnaire's job of getting his farm back up all the easier as he will continue his jungle.
And what's interesting is that they put the Rhapsody and Magnus at bottom.
Yeah, I was expecting to see a lot more action from Legionnaire in this lane.
And okay, think of his Magnus as Choose Nymphora.
Oh god. Well, Choose Nymphora just got blown up.
Echo Slam for the win.
Absolutely. That will most certainly do the job. Very unfortunate there, as we were just discussing that. But what were you gonna say? That's his Nymphora?
Yeah. Magnus is Toronto, is to Toronto what Nymphora is to Chu.
I see. And Rhapsody is to Magnus as to what Magnus was just a few seconds ago, and that would be dead. So, so yeah, definitely a lot of harass going down on this bottom lane.
Top lane. Wait, what's going on up in here?
Top lane, a lot of chaos going on. The deny going out, nicely done there from Chipper to go ahead and get that out. The rocket barely missing that Tempest. Doesn't really matter. They're not going to go ahead and try and follow it up, as they are a little low on the manners. As Valkyrie going for the nice 5-second arrow on that imp. He deserved it. Magnus stun, gonna save his butt down at bottom, or will it? Oh, the kelp field going out as a Legionnaire getting his decapitation on, finishing that Bubbles out. Magnus going to survive so narrowly. Oh, nicely done there with the Valk ult as well. As I don't think he quite would have made it that far if he hadn't had that invis finally set in.
Yeah, most definitely. That was one of those things.
But yeah, I mean, even though Legionnaire did have a little bit of a rough start, he is getting to a really good spot here. He's up to level 11. He's keeping pace. The highest level so far in the game right now. You know, those stacked camps will do that for you. And if anyone can take him out, Legionnaire can. It's just one of those easy-peasy things he can do. Just run in there, and it's like he's on his own episode of Will It Blend.
Yeah. Definitely. I don't know exactly what they're trying to do right now. They're
probably going to try and farm up his portal key.
Yeah, Team Easy, because they have a Tempest who doesn't have his blink. So, I don't know exactly what they want to do, because they have Polywog Priest, but they don't have any backup. It's like he goes in, puts down his wards, and then they have no team fight.
Yeah.
If you think about
what is taking this Tempest, by the way? I mean,
I have no idea.
He was in the jungle there for the longest time, and I mean, most of the time you see someone who's skilled on Tempest and takes him to the jungle, he's going to have that portal key within probably about 10 minutes. Or less, I would say.
Yeah.
As Legionnaire,
there we go.
There's a portal key.
Oh my.
Wow, evaporation happening as Rhapsody trying to get out of a bad situation, not going to be able to do it. Did he Echo Slam? Or I think he just Echo Slammed her to finish her off after he melee'd her. And gonna go down afterwards. But, pro plays.
Yep, all around, definitely. That portal key, it's always nice when you get the surprise. They never know you have the portal key just yet, and you just come in there and really ruin their day. Meanwhile, at the top lane, in Testy Land.
Yeah, in Testy Land. That is such a good way to put it. That is the one gripe I ever have about Testy. And he's a great player, don't get me wrong. He's He's amazing, but it's just his AFK Rice style. It's just it lends itself sometimes to his team getting in bad situations. But he is Flint in this particular installment of Testy Farms, so we'll have to see how well he does there on that Flint. What's he at? 309. He's doing good. He's doing good. He's got his good farm going for him, especially given that they didn't have the best bottom situation started. But, yeah, we'll have to see how he pans out here, as, you know, but a farmed Flint is a dangerous one, so.
Yeah, I just don't know, because like I said, if you just have to look at it, like what they plan on doing. Polywog's going to want to drop his wards, and Tempest's going to want to ult. And then you have, but it's too much, it's too reliant. You have Behemoth, they need Behemoth that portal key, they need Tempest that portal key, because what's going to happen is Bubble's going to go in, and then you're going to have a flare maybe at some point from the Flint. And then what?
He won't be there till later.
Yeah, so I mean...
He'll be TPing in after everyone's dead.
Yeah.
No, he's
I mean,
got to
if you
get
look
that
at
last
it,
hit.
they have no team fight as of yet. And to always put...
No.
I always say that whenever you have a team that says, alright, we can't really win fights until we get a portal key on this hero... Usually you're going to set yourself up to lose the earlier game. You're like, alright, well, once he gets it, we'll be pretty well off. And that works out sometimes, but I think usually it doesn't. But it's not bad overall. But when you have a hero like Polywog Priest, who wants to push, and you have heroes that can't help you while you're pushing until a certain point, it's a little risky.
Yeah, no, I definitely say that they're aiming probably for mid to late, given the heroes that they did go and go with. You know, they have the Flint, which is the obvious late game pick. You're going to go and try and farm him up as much as you can. Do what Testy does best. As bottom, we're going to see a little bit of action, but Magma's coming in with a stun. Polywog Ward's a little bit disjointed there, unfortunately, by the Behemoth Fisher stun. And going to be enough, though, to go ahead and heal up off of that Rhapsody dance floor. Polywog getting caught with the Chipper ultimate as well, along with the Legionnaire axe. Super effective, I guess, is all that I can think of to say. As so far, really enjoying the Legionnaire.
Yeah, definitely coming in, doing some work. That Chipper ultimate was just...
Yeah, Painted Gold just obliterating people with that Chipper ultimate. It's so crazy how much damage. If you can throw down your Tar Toss, your Chipper ult, and your rockets, as Flint Beastwood's farm's gonna get altered just a little bit, little off the top. Bubbles trying to get out of there, does go ahead and manage to shell surf to safety for now. Behemoth trying to stun in there to save his teammate, but I don't think it's going to happen. Legionnaire on the hunt, trying to get the kill here. That will do it. Sabuska getting crazy on this Legionnaire. 6-1 so far, 382 gold per minute. As the Tempest ultimate, nicely done, followed up with the Behemoth stun. Gonna snag a Nymph or a Rhapsody and Valkyrie. Very well done.
Well, that'll help his portal key.
Yeah, that'll keep him there a little bit longer.
Yep. Well, he's still a little ways off, but he's getting there. And then did I see a portal key? Yep.
Tempest does have it now.
So they're reaching that critical mass stage of the game where they can start doing things.
Yeah, if they can get that Tempest ultimate out there and then hop in with a Behemoth ulti, I think that's probably the optimum idea of what they're going for. I mean, Behemoth starting it out wouldn't be bad either, but, you know, at least with the Tempest ultimate, then they're going to get just that little bit closer together, so that way when Behemoth comes in for the big hug, they'll feel that much more warm and cozy.
Like, Bubbles and Behemoth should probably go in first.
Yeah.
Because
to disable them, so that way Tempest doesn't get screwed up.
Yeah, and also set up a really nice group for Tempest ultimate, because if he goes in first, maybe he'll catch a few people. But until he has BKB, it's not really, or Shrunken Head rather.
Interesting use of the poly wards.
I've seen it done quite often. The cooldown isn't, you know,
isn't horrible. I mean,
yeah.
What is it right now? As far as it's 100 seconds. It's not too bad. I guess they're not planning on moving out anytime real quick. They gotta get that.
They probably want to wait anyway until Behemoth. Yeah, he's in the jungle trying to get his portal keys. So.
As he does go ahead and finish up a couple of creeps there on that hard camp right as I move to him.
And where is he?
I'm gonna zoom the camera out again. I keep forgetting to do that, but again, guys, if you are watching this right now, be sure to let me know if you like the camera zoomed out a little further. I myself do, because it makes it so much easier to follow the action. You can keep track of a couple different fights going on at the same time. That way I'm not having to try and move back and forth between them. If they're taking place and they're just really stretched out, you guys can still see them, even if I'm not able to spit the words out to get it all explained, which sometimes happens. But, yeah, I definitely like the camera being out. So you guys, be sure to let us know what you guys prefer on the camera. If I'm sitting on the wrong page, I'm sitting on the stats page, the number 2 there. If you want me to switch it up more or look at something else, let me know. But I'm just kind of used to this being the page that you look at, so... As the top tower going down for the Hellborn, they are going to try and rally and save their middle tower from this push. Magma's coming in with a stun, going into his steam bath. Polywog Priest getting obliterated again by the chipper. They're just throwing out that ultimate as Valkyrie in a bad place, caught on that kelp field. Behemoth standing there, taking a lot of extra damage, does throw out the ultimate in the end, not to any real effect, as, you know, just like we were talking about last game, which we're going to have to probably relive, when you're planning on having that nice ultimate synergy, you know, and that's kind of what they were going with here, was with this, you know, you've got the Bubbles, you've got the Behemoth, you've got the Tempest, and, you know, even Poly to a lesser extent, being able to get all that nice and synergized off is so awesome on paper, but it's just a matter of getting all your cards in a row to be able to do that. It's just, it's so hard. And that was a good example of it not quite going out right.
Shieldbreaker picked up on Valkyrie. That's interesting.
Yeah, why would she particularly want to go that? There's no one with
well,
Black
Legionnaire's
Helm.
charge, I suppose. Legionnaire's charge, but other than that, there's no special reason other than the fact that it's just a really strong item if you're owning. Like, they don't have any health, so she'll just be cutting through people. But like, you'd want to say why not get an Nullfire Blade, but yeah, at this point it really wouldn't matter all that much. I don't think. It's just in general, it'll just do a lot for her because it's a really good mid-game item before the other team gets really beefy.
Was that what I thought I saw on Legionnaire get? Yeah, he has a Codex. Okay.
Nice. I used to do it on Axe all the time in Dota.
Nice. Yeah, no, I remember it on Axe. I don't think I've ever seen a single game with Legionnaire with it. But
yeah, because
you know, back in the day, you always built him for carry. So
well, it's even better in Han than in Dota because his charge does damage too. So you charge Codex in Han.
Nice.
And then it's just think how squishy they are too. Like, they have no beefy heroes, not a single one, like 0. All of them just die immediately when he jumps in, chipper ultimates, and they're dead. Like, they all melt so fast, and none of them have anything shrunken as well. Flint's kind of building that way. He's gonna go for a Frostful Skull or something like that. But he's got himself an Ice Brand. He probably would have wanted to get the Alchemist Bones, even though it's been nerfed. It would have helped out his farm a little bit. He's still maintaining that 300 gold per minute that he's had for quite a while.
But when you're going up against 3 people on the Legion time a team that all have that 300 GPM and better, it's kind of a little bit spooky, especially when they do have a much more early mid-game presence.
Well, they have 4, pretty much.
Yeah, I guess 293 on Magmus too. I didn't see that one, but yeah, they're basically all there.
And he's got a Shaman's Headdress too.
Oh, here we go. We're gonna go ahead and see Tempest getting caught out. Magmus and everyone trying to come in. The Tempest ultimate going out. They're trying to take Legionnaire down, but that's not gonna matter as those wards.
He did it.
Wow.
He did the combo, the trifecta.
The trifecta of doom, as Legionnaire managing to pick off Polywog there, as we're going to see Behemoth trying to get a desperation pick off. No real reason to bother doing that besides just, yeah.
Yeah, what is that taunt?
I don't know. I've been gone for like a month, so I don't know, but so yeah, this is definitely not looking good for this Hellborn team, as we have a Genocide at the 25-minute mark. This Legionnaire sitting comfortably at 414 gold per minute, going a little bit, you know, unorthodox as to what, you know, I'm used to seeing, but, you know, we're calling back to our old Dota heritage, with the Codex onto Legionnaire there, instead of, potentially going for something like a demonic or things of those sorts, which you typically will see more often. Shieldbreaker on Valkyrie is currently to level 3 now, so got that fully decked out.
I think it's 3, right?
Yeah, I think 3 is, yep, 6 armor, negative armor. So that would be the peak.
Well, that's nice. I don't know what she'll go for next, but I thought she would have gone for Steam Boost then if she was going for Shieldbreaker, so she'd actually have a little bit of health and better attack, but regardless, it was probably just for the moment. Probably just spur at the moment.
Yeah.
Let's see. Behemoth, well, he does have his portal key. We already know that. The Polywog Priest is trying to get a Cauldron Sheepstick, but he's quite a ways off, so that's going to be a while. Flint Beastwood, trying to go Frostwolf Skull. How much? He's been farming. How much gold does he have saved up? He's been bumped down to 280 gold per minute.
Yeah, he went down there in that Genocide.
He's almost got 2k in the bank, but it's still not where he wants to be, obviously. Tempest going for Shrunken Head, but he's also a little ways off. And Bubbles does not have a portal key of his own. His farm isn't.
Oh no, we were thinking of Tempest earlier.
Yeah, his farm actually isn't all that good. It's been a tale of woes for the Bubbles.
As I just saw another level of Codex picked up onto Legionnaire, currently at level 2 Codex now. Yeah. So looking forward to seeing more of that.
I think it's like Rice Krispies, huh? You have a snap, you have a crackle, and you have a pop.
Yeah, I think that's... And then I think whenever you get the last couple levels of Codex, I think it gets splat and then like a gurgling noise, so...
Yeah, missing that last step.
It's Polywog. Those aren't the desirable sound effects you want for Serial, so I think they left those off of the hierarchy when titling it. As Magnus going to be stuck in that same position that Chu found himself in here, but Chu not going to be going in there to find him this time. As Toronto sitting there waiting to get a nice ultimate off. Not getting anything lined out quite yet, as the Hellborn is falling back. We do see Bubbles finishing up the Ancients and heading back towards middle to try and rally, and we'll have to see if this time around, if the... Oh, there's a ward from Jaw. If the Hellborn team makes the same mistake that they did last time, which was the other team, so we're going to see, I guess, Easy given the same opportunity this time. Are we going to force something here at our tower when we should probably just go ahead and sit back and let them initiate on us, or what are we going to do? But the Valkyrie ultimate is still up on the Legion side, so we'll have to see what becomes of that, as they do go ahead and counter the ward that was placed out from the Legion. The dance floor going out from Rhapsody to beef up the push on those creeps, as that is something that, you know, you don't necessarily look at on Rhapsody's ability, is that it is kind of a nice push element. Being able to go in there and throw that down. Is the Valkyrie ultimate going to come out now? Legionnaire going in, the Codex coming out, dropping Polywog in a heartbeat. Gonna take him down there, and Tempest being so kind as to feed Legionnaire all of those creeps while running for his life.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I thought they were doing the right thing. They were gonna stay at their base tower because it would make them group up, and they could have a nice... Oh yeah, you're not surviving that one. Now I was gonna say that they should have left that secondary tower because there's so much room that you're not gonna get a good ultimate off from Tempest, but
yeah,
they decided to be a little aggressive. I thought they were gonna just let it drop and wait for a better time, but
nope, same mistake, different team that we saw last time. Just, oh boy, as
that's the whack attack right there.
That is so funny. Just seeing just disappears.
Yeah.
As this Legionnaire is sitting at level 18 right now, still just heads above everyone else here in this game as far as his level status. As Chipper being very unfortunately caught in a bad situation in these wards. No one else able to help him out. A nice Tempest ultimate, gonna grab them all together there. Oh, as they do go ahead and finish the job there on that. But yeah, I mean, you know, like you said, didn't have Behemoth a follow through or anything else with it, but such a shame.
He realized that he wasn't gonna get his Frostwolf Skull anytime soon, so he's like, screw it, I will get a Frostburn. Or maybe he was going for that the entire time, I don't know. As, oh, look at that, Toronto.
Keep hitting. Oh no! Yeah. If only Behemoth had just kept hitting. He's like, nah, dude, you got it. I don't want to KS you. Dude, just kill him. I don't know how many times that's happened.
Yeah, because he has a Shaman's Headdress, and there were no creeps around, so that was a solo ultimate from Behemoth, so surviving by the inch of his claw? I don't know.
Something along those lines. As we do see the, what is it? The axe, Malphus axe or something? I can't remember what it's called. Axe of the Malphite.
Axe of the Malphite.
There you go. I saw Zaku pick it up. I haven't seen him grab... Oh, there it is. Gets it dropped off. I was going to say, I saw it purchased.
He's going your typical Valkyrie item build. I bet there's some guide.
There's some guide he just has pulled up
he's
there.
Referencing up right now, and he's like, this one looks good.
It's like
I will
45% approval. I
I'll
don't see
go
what's so
shield
wrong with
breaker,
this.
and I'll get a
Sounds
heart.
good.
I'll get a behemoth heart.
Well, I mean, if he is trying to synergize with, you know, Axe's spin or Legionnaire's spin, and you know his ability there, that's nice. You know, typically you would see like a demonic, like I said, on Legionnaire to kind of do that, but I don't know. It's not your typical build, that's for sure. But I guess it's working for him with this 14,000 gold lead and 18,000 experience lead. You know, I mean, obviously the Hellborn team's not wanting to go ahead and concede this game because, you know, they've already got one game under their belt. If they go ahead and win this game somehow, some way, then they will take the series. But if they do not, then this will go to a Game 3. But really, really not looking good for them right now.
Yeah, and Chipper has his portal key right now, so they're going to get popped real fast.
Wow. Yeah, portal key and Staff of the Master. So not only will they be slowed... like almost instantaneously, but they'll also just be completely obliterated.
Sliced and diced. Hopefully they're gonna let it go this time. I was trying to put it into words, say please leave this.
Hey, guess where Testy is? He's farming. He's farming.
Well,
don't worry. But I don't know. That always gets me sometimes.
It's a cold and lonely place, but one man stands vigilant.
These creeps will not stand a chance while I am on duty.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All out in the wasteland, defending his territory against the oncoming creeps. Well, they're coming now.
Yep, and he's going to go ahead and
sometimes.
TP to other farm, to greener pastures possibly, as there is a nice wave of green creeps coming towards mid. Oh, speaking of greener pastures, Legionnaire getting caught out, but taking no damage whatsoever. There we go. Finally, the ward's doing some work, as the ultimate from Rhapsody was thrown out there to try and save him a little bit, but unfortunately not able to get the kill on Behemoth. He tried the ultimate, was not enough. And going to see the mighty Legionnaire fall. That's the second time this game that he's gone down. He's 11-2, so he is having a good time.
Yeah, I always hate when that happens, when you're dominating and you die in an awkward position, where, like when
he could have ended. You know, he could have ended 11-1, but now he's gonna have to be, you know, 11-1 KDR versus like a 5.5 KDR. So.
That poor immortal.
Yeah, gonna have to try and start all over again.
Let's see. All right, let's look at the gold. Toronto rocking a reasonable 3,800 in the bank. As Valkyrie just bought an item. What is she ferrying over? Yep, Behemoth's Heart. So that guide, if you guys know which one it is, upvote please, so everyone
can share on that. I mean, you could just, you know, sit down, and if it isn't a guide, you could just title it, you know, this is Zaku's guide to Valkyrie.
Yeah, I'm just joking. It's at this point of the game, it's kind of whatever. You can.
Yeah, no, I mean, they have such an amazing lead right now. It's not insurmountable,
it's not like it
but
hurt him at any point. Yeah, it's not like he needs to carry them or anything.
I mean, they're not.
Items won't hurt him. Like,
it's not Lul's build. Yeah. It's not. I mean, well, it's not like going, you know, int items or something, you know, stupid on Valkyrie. It's tank. You know, it gives her survivability. It's not, you know, what you typically see, which would be more of a Frostburn, Geo, Savage, those kind of things. But you know, going for the more tanky route. Nothing completely wrong in that, as they securing the rune.
Yeah. He snuck in there and he's like, oh yeah, he is Ninja Bubbles. All right, that makes sense.
It does indeed.
Kind of like, you remember those noises, like the hoi hoi. Like, and he sneaks away, and nobody saw him. All right, but he does have portal key right now, so he's got that going for him. Yeah, he's been having a real rough time with things. You know, for a long-lived creature, he's dying quite often.
Hey, it's not the rabbit who wins the race, right? I mean, you know, slow and steady. That's how it goes. Slow and steady wins the race.
That is what the losers say.
I don't think that works in Han though.
Yeah. Well, it depends what you're talking about, but in this, like, if you're applying it to this situation, I don't think so. No, Legionnaire is currently rocking a Codex level 5.
Oh God.
800 damage, and then his ult kills someone if they're under 625 health. So. And
let's see, the top HP on the Hellborn team is 1500.
Yeah.
So
he can literally 3-shot anyone with his charge.
Oh God.
because that's like 1400 or something. Yeah, he's okay.
He's doing all right for himself.
Yep.
As modest people will say about their income.
Yeah, so this build is basically not your tank build, but it's an I will kill one person on your team.
And then stand there and spin the rest of you to death afterwards. So,
Because
wow.
he's not tanky, like, he has no armor, and his health pool is alright, but if they only had damage. If they only had damage.
No, they have done a good job at keeping it down as this... Did I just see a Mock of Brilliance go out onto Rhapsody? Is that what I thought I saw?
Well, she was... Is that really?
I thought I saw that get purchased. Is it on the courier? Is it on the way? Mock of Brilliance is incoming. Who will it land on? Oh, going to Toronto, actually, on Magnus. Alright. Alright, so I didn't quite see the portrait appear correctly, but it did go to someone on the team as Magnus.
120 damage per second.
I mean, yeah, he's got his 40 magic damage per second from the Mock, and then, yeah, he goes into a steam bath, and he is just completely magic damage-ifying people, right? That's a word.
Well, yeah, 120. Yep. Of course, his auto attack does, like, the same thing, so... Well,
but not in an AoE, not constantly,
yeah.
while he can sit comfortably and catch up on his beverage that he may be, you know, nurturing.
He's doing quite well, obviously. Let's see, Rhapsody.
Yeah, the whole team.
I was surprised. You're like, Rhapsody just picked up another.
Well, that's what I thought I saw whenever I saw the little item appear over there. Of course, I was watching Kongor, but
it's focus buffer applied to Legionnaire. The dance floor has been dropped.
The dance floor has been dropped. Oh, immersion breaking.
Do it. Charge him.
Bam!
Yep.
There we go. The hammer being dropped. Axe in this case being dropped on the neck of Flint Beastwood.
That's the axe hammer.
Farm me not, says Flint there, as he is still sitting at 288 gold per minute. They're going to lose these Raxes in middle. I don't think they're going to be able to probably come back at this point. I mean, I've seen crazy comebacks, but not anything quite like this. To where
I'm waiting for that Tempest ultimate. He's gone. You see him setting up. But yeah, they need someone to man up and go in there, except they don't have anyone to do the manning. It's just... Like this, anyone who goes in there will die so fast that they won't be able to set up anything for Tempest.
No, and they're leaving, you know, they're playing it smart too. They're keeping someone off to the side. They usually have like Legionnaire off to the side. If Legionnaire's not, they have Magnus sitting off to the side. They've got the opportunity to be able to stop a really crazy Tempest ultimate. So I just don't see that they're going to be able to come around from this unless Tempest can finish his BKB, which he's working on, or Shrunken Head. Sorry. But, you know, if he can finish that, then maybe he can be a little bit more ballsy, but their damage output is still just so high on this Legion team that it's going to be pretty hard for him to survive. I guess with all that being Shrunken Head, he won't have to worry about the magic damage, but it's still not a good situation at all. Be the first man in this lineup.
Don't know. And there's another 3,300 gold just about on Valkyrie. Magnus back up to 2k. Rhapsody is even at like 1900, and they've spotted the bubbles. And there goes that shield breaker and the steam bath. Oh wow,
look at that beautiful Tempest ultimate. Taking it like a man. That's what he's doing.
What was that?
I think he was trying to suck the saw blades up so they would stop damaging him. I think that's the strategy.
The thing is, he didn't stop once he did it. He's like, alright, I've done a horrible thing.
Yeah, there's no going back now. I just might as well make it so people can see.
I think he thought his blink range was a bunker. So he kind of like blink queued up his ultimate, and I don't know if they had to have seen it. Yeah, they saw it, but they didn't choose to comment on it.
Wow, talk about a definite turn of events here versus Game 1. In this game, we saw Complexity totally in control the entirety of this game. You know, they went for, you know, definitely not quite the classic lineup that they went for first time. Definitely not with the Legionnaire there, and actually trying to focus some farm onto him. You saw EZ trying to keep Legionnaire from getting that farm, putting up plenty of wards, trying to keep the jungle under control, but you know, that Legionnaire got out of control, and he just stayed that way, and they got to build and do pretty much whatever they wanted on the Legion team. They kept total control throughout this game, so kudos to them. They definitely deserved to win Game 2. So I guess this means we're going to Game 3. Hopefully I'll be able to have On a Prayer join me for that. I don't know that I'm going to be able to have it tonight, since he's got stuff to do, but thank you all so much for joining us. Do you have anything you'd like to add, On a Prayer?
Well, I don't like to comment so much to him afterwards, but if you have one here like Tempest is fine, but then you have a second one like Behemoth, I think if they would have gone for a Myrmidon instead of a Behemoth, something that's more reliable and is better, like earlier on in the game, maybe it would have gone differently. But regardless, nice game.
I would have liked to have seen the laning situation been different. I would have liked to have seen Flint and Behemoth top and Bubbles bottom. You know, go the classic route of it if you're going to do it that way. You know, because you do have the escape mechanism on Bubbles, you have the escape mechanism Valkyrie. That's why you usually send them off to those long lanes to where they can, you know, they can be safe and duke it out. But Flint didn't get the farm that he needed from early on there. He got up to about 300 at some point, but he really didn't peak out above that like he should have. And if you're planning on, you know, working your way towards that late game, they weren't able to get there. They got to 40 minutes in, they weren't able to get the farm on Flint, and I think that's, you know, kind of the big story of it there. The Legion just kept too much control on this game, so kudos to them, and we'll just have to see who comes out on the top in game number 3 here. So thank you all so much for joining us. This has been minoxen and On a Prayer. If you are watching this and you're not currently subscribed to the YouTube channel, go ahead and feel free to. It is in fact free, youtube.com/minoxen. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you in game 3.